Last time on Fables of Four.
Garder and Rael teamed up with Fredrich and Damon to investigate and exorcise the Tower of Destiny, a stony haunt of gargoyles and spellcasters. But after regrouping overnight and returning to solve the case, the party came face to face with the corpse of their employer and potential suspect, Destiny herself. Will they be able to solve this mystery? Or will yet another occupant of the tower meet an untimely end? Find out now. Schultz is trembling and crying too much to check Destiny's pulse. He is trying to lift her up, but accidentally drops her. Her head hits the floor when she crumples.
Away from the body. Let me give her a look.
With a prayer for guidance, Garder checks the wizard. Her limbs are already cold and stiff. There is no pulse, heartbeat, or breathing. Though her chin and robes are splattered dark red, he doesn't find any wounds. He fishes out 2 coins and places them over her eyes, but the magic doesn't seem to take like he'd hoped.
Look around for a diamond, and quick. I might be able to bring her back, but it has to happen soon.
Clover is frozen in shock, and Schultz is still weeping, but the rest of the party gets to work. Damon casts a magical detection spell and searches for clues. There is a green glow of necromancy around Destiny. He spots a scroll tucked under some nearby rubble, pulling it out and skimming it.
I see.
Fredrich, a noble, is very familiar with valuables and where they are kept. He soon finds a crystal ball on a pillow, as well as a locked glass chest in a drawer.
There is powdered diamond dust in some of these vials. Will that work?
Bring it here, let me give it a look.
Rael finds what must have been Destiny's breakfast, an empty goblet with dark dregs inside, smashed eggs, a shattered jam jar, and a half-eaten apple. No diamonds.
I'm so sorry. I won't be able to cast a spell with this grade of diamond. There's nothing I can do.
There is a heavy silence in the room. Damon begins calmly rifling through drawers.
It was you.
Pardon?
It was you. You and the bloody priest killed her.
Schultz, I came here to perform an exorcism. Why would I kill the person who hired me? And when?
I saw the 2 of you trading glances yesterday. You were plotting something. She told you about the boon. That's what you're looking for right now, and you'll never find it.
I don't want no damn dragon eye.
Now, I certainly would pose as a prime suspect. The boon would serve me well, and this tower would make for a pleasant lair. But she had some important information she was holding out on, and she still owes me some herbal components.
Let's think about this from a tactical perspective. Destiny was a powerful wizard, was she not?
Even more so with her boon.
So then, how would it be possible that any one of us could kill her on our own? To take down an intelligent spellcaster in her own lair, well, you would need prior preparation and a lot of luck.
Are you saying I killed her?
I'm not the one with the suspicious shed that's off limits.
My living quarters has nothing to do with this.
Maybe it was the prince. You could have killed her to try and get out of your debt. Everyone knows you were going to lose those chess games.
I was simply throwing the first match to get a feel for her. Besides, what would I have killed her with? I am holding a halberd, and she obviously has no halberd wounds.
Well, I found a cup with some black stuff in it. She could have been poisoned, but of course not by you, Fredrich. We all got here at the same time.
I doubt the prince could outwit her in poisoning if he couldn't even do so in chess.
Are we not allies, Damon? Have you no loyalty?
You're pointing the finger back at me. You're saying I poisoned her coffee.
How else could she have died? Was it you, Schultz? Did you do it to be free of her so you could run off and see your family? I know you had a violent past.
She was my implorer and my closest friend. I knew her for years before you showed up. Then we had to deal with the haunting and your snoping around. This is all your damned fault.
Guys, we're all missing the big picture here. Wasn't there a demon or something? Maybe he did it.
He didn't.
Come on, Clover. How do we know that?
We just know, okay?
There is an awkward beat in which everyone glances at each other.
And why is that?
I don't know. I'm freaking out. I'm sorry.
Clover is trembling and tears are leaking from her frantic eyes. Rael hugs her, and she buries her face in his shoulder for a moment.
Don't worry, Clover. We'll figure this out.
Well said, goat boy. Now, what else do we know about the case?
1 second, before we move on. Clover, why were you so sure the devil didn't kill her?
She's just frazzled, Garder.
The butler also pointed out an interesting conundrum in the timeline. This haunting started around the same time the goat girl appeared. Is that so?
Yeah, she came here looking for a cure for her hex. Then all this started.
Clover, you weren't always a goat, were you? You were a halfling like Rael.
Our master just died. Are we really talking about this right now? We have to find the killer.
Rael got turned into a goat by a devil. If something similar happened to you...
Then perhaps you and your devil could team up to defeat Destiny.
That's important to take into consideration.
Clover, what are they talking about? I thought you were under a mage's hex.
I'm being attacked. Everyone's attacking me. I can't believe this.
Guys, enough, please. Clover, why don't you go ahead and tell us so we can move on?
I turned into a goat the same way you did, Rael.
What? You mean you...
After you left, I went and found Levon. Once she opened my eyes to her perfection, I've been following her ever since. Every time I please her, she gives me a new reward. My hands, my feet, my mind. She even moved the tattoo someplace better. She's wonderful, Rael. I'd do anything for her. She's the whole reason we're even here. Fine! Yes, it was me! I established the portal in the woods, and I'm the one who brought Zoshax here. I'm responsible for that.
The air becomes impossibly frigid, and the room grows to nighttime dimness. Then the dark and cold condense and solidify into an 8-foot-tall figure. It has a goat head with swirled eyes and razor-sharp horns, frowning atop a long cloak made of barbed black fur.
You halflings need to be taught a lesson about keeping true names a secret.
No, this is impossible. You told us you came here last year to find a cure for your hex. You offered to be the lady's apprentice, to help.
I lied, Schult. I'm only here because Levon wants me here. I searched every inch of this tower for the dragon piece, and if I found it, we would have all just had a big talk. She promised me no one would get hurt. Destiny wasn't supposed to die.
Let it go, Clover. It's a happy surprise. Now that she's gone, we have all the time in the world to search for the bone.
You could search this entire tower for a millennium and you still wouldn't find it.
The devil looks at the butler, then fades into nothingness. A moment later, Schult convulses, and when he opens his eyes, they are swirled red and white.
Perhaps this body will be more successful then. I recommend the rest of you wait here peacefully. Once we find the dragon artifact, we will give you a reward.
As if I'd stand by and allow such evil to take place.
Yeah, you're not so scary now that I know what you are.
This will be a far less agreeable task than you are imagining, Zoshax.
Don't do this, Clover. It isn't right.
You are my next blessing, Rael. All we have to do is hold your friends down and take care of this, and then Levon will let me have you again. I'm going to make this perfect for us, like I was always supposed to do.
Clover whistles high, and the windows shatter as a tangle of gargoyles scramble inside.
It's time to roll initiative!
Please understand, Rael.
She spins away, flinging a spell through the air. A sheet of Aurora Borealis ghosts onto the party. The wispy lights drift through everyone else, but cling to Fredrich's armor.
It doesn't have to be this way.
Tendrils of black jet out of Rael's forehead and wind around Schult. As the possessed butler is struggling with his binds, Rael gallops over to be at Clover's side. The gargoyles rush forward in a frenzy, heading for whatever is attacking the members of the tower. A pair descends on Rael, but the monk is so agile he twists around most of their onslaught. The pair that goes for Fredrich are guided to his weak spots by Clover's fairy lights, but even their best attacks screech uselessly against his superior armor.
Injure the girl if she is still up, then subdue the gargoyles.
Clattering skeletons appear in the study's doorway, having snuck up the stairs with bows drawn. Damon snaps, and a sparkling haze descends on Clover, but she manages to clumsily deflect it.
Go, Nehushtan, and the circle of life!
Garder throws his wool maple dungeon staff on the ground, and it elongates, spilling upward and coiling into a huge bronze snake. The light shimmering off of its scales solidifies into a ghostly chakram, which reels forward and cleaves at one of the gargoyles harrowing Rael.
Enough of this nonsense!
Bloody barbs squeeze out of the butler's pores, shredding Rael's tendrils. Before the orc can take off at a sprint towards Garder, the giant bronze snake coils tight around him, ignoring the sting of the barbs. The skeletons loose their first volley of arrows. One thuds deep into Clover's side, making her scream and collapse against Rael. The wispy aura around Fredrich fizzles out. The other arrow ricochets off a gargoyle's wing, hitting a container of alchemist's fire and spraying green flames across the ceiling.
Well, if it isn't my tormentors! How is this for just desserts?
Fredrich roars, swelling to 13 feet tall. He brings his halberd down again and again on the gargoyle nearest him, but the attacks seem to damage his weapon more than his opponent.
You want to hurt me? I'll hurt you right back.
With trembling hands, she swirls together a magic bolt and launches it at a skeleton. It only chips the shoulder, but something in the dart seeps into the monster's bones, and it crumples to the ground, unresponsive.
Clover, hide behind me. We need to get you out of these flames.
Rael attempts to escort his fiancée, but the gargoyle nearby swoops in to grab him. The creature's chest is suddenly filled with small craters as Rael unleashes a blinding barrage of kicks and punches, each attack carrying a burst of ki. Green flames roil across the ceiling, dripping fiery globs and smoky embers onto everyone in the room. The crackling heat rouses the unresponsive skeleton. Rael shields Clover from a falling beam, and its splintered ends draw stinging stripes across his back. Bewildered, the gargoyle Rael just attacked ducks away and rockets out of the broken window. Its buddy is swiping at Garder's snake, but it is too afraid to do much against it. The other pair are swirling around Fredrich like gnats, unable to find an opening. They then turn their sights on Garder, descending on the priest in a flurry of claws and teeth. His thrashing tail and the raining cinders are too much for them to land any solid hits.
I won't allow that! Dolor of the Bishop!
A symbol glows gray on Fredrich's hand and also appears on the forehead of a nearby gargoyle. Said creature's eyes go dim, and it stumbles to the ground, swaying in a stupor. Garder's snake, which is still constricting Schult, catches a gargoyle by the throat. What would have been a terrible blow is barely a scratch against the stone monster.
Protect the documents from the fire.
Both skeletons nod. With a flourish, Damon conjures up a skeletal hand. It swipes a dozen more vials of alchemist fire from a precarious shelf and into Damon's bag of holding.
Give up and leave, Immaculate Zoshox! I cast you out in the name of the Divine Majesty!
One of the gargoyles tries to stop the priest, but crashes into its dazed friend. The ghostly chakram encircles Schult, and Garder places his hand on the flat of the blade. The weapon shines, and the butler violently convulses and howls, then vomits Zoshox out like a black geyser. Schult lies limp in the bronze snake's embrace, unconscious and bleeding. One skeleton is scooping up armfuls of parchments and tossing them into the stairwell. The other is stamping out flames along the floor. The green alchemist fire has begun eating through the ceiling and sneaking down the walls.
This ought to teach you some manners, you saboteur!
Fredrich grabs the gargoyle by the wing and gives it a brisk spanking with his halberd. It wriggles free, but the attacks have already done more emotional damage than physical. As Rael is fending off the final gargoyle with some warning kicks, Zoshok suddenly appears next to Clover.
Half of the gargoyle troop is missing, under your orders. That cost us this operation, Clover False Sweat.
Please, I just didn't want things to go too far. I'm sorry. I promise I still love Levon so much. I'm bleeding for Levon, look.
And now you'll bleed for your own ineptitude. Goodbye.
The devil opens its cloak, and a massive lance of tangled barbs jets out of its stomach, spearing Clover through her heart and out the other end.
No!
Rael collapses next to his fiancée. He wants to hold her face, but he doesn't have hands. He can't seem to get enough air in his lungs. The world becomes salt and blur and disbelief.
There are consequences when dealing with devils, Rael.
The gargoyles sense a lull in the action, and because this isn't going smoothly for them, they all take flight. In a great flurry of stone wings and swirling smoke, everyone loses sight of Zoshoks. The devil is gone. Fredrich frantically snuffs out the fires hissing through the ceiling. Meanwhile, the skeletons continue salvaging whatever parchments they can.
Garder, isn't there anything you can do?
His giant bronze snake shrinks down into a staff, and Garder clutches it close as he prays. A healing, refreshing light wafts over them all, closing scrapes and soothing aches. Clover doesn't move.
She's dead, isn't she? That's it?
Garder fishes out 2 copper pieces and puts them over Clover's eyes. The rapid bleeding slows slightly.
If we can get a diamond at some point within the next 10 days, I should be able to bring her back. But I can't make any promises, buddy.
Rael hugs him tight, tears welling in his eyes.
Oh, thank you so much, Garder. Oh, gosh, this is all my fault.
Not necessarily. Allow me to demonstrate.
He rifles around for a few more minutes, then finally finds the spell scroll he is looking for. At this point, the fires have been well extinguished. Damon walks over to the motionless Destiny and performs a countercharm. The air around Destiny fizzles, and then all of her color returns. She sits up, wiping her mouth and straightening her glasses.
Golly!
You're alive? Was it a spell? Yes, a rather complex necromantic hex that allows the user to feign death.
The strawberry jam trick was more effective than I'd planned, to be frank.
She looks around her ruined study, at the burnt ceiling, Schult in a bloody heap, and Clover.
The plan was to weed out the rat and maybe accelerate the investigation, but, well, the results was a lot less fun.
The wizard walks over to Schult, pauses, and drapes her shawl over him. Then, wiping her eyes, she approaches Rael and Garder. The fondness is gone, replaced with sharp ice.
Stand back.
What are you gonna do to her?
What the mean and scientific part of me always wanted to do. I'd never seen a curse like hers. Now I'll get to study it without boundaries.
Please don't. There's still a chance
I accepted her into my tower. I worked tirelessly for weeks to try and counteract a mage's hex that didn't even exist. I taught her magic, for crying out loud. And all that kindness, effort, and resources just to hear that she was using me? No. Stand back.
You have to understand, Destiny.
No, I don't. Move now.
Rael curls into a ball, shielding Clover with his body and bracing himself. Destiny holds out her wand anyway, hesitates, and tucks it away again.
It doesn't matter. I can guarantee you won't find a diamond of the quality you need in 10 days, or even 20. But if you want to parade that traitor's corpse around for a week and a half, do it on your own time. Now get out.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Garder gently scoops up Clover's corpse. He and Rael make for the door.
Oh, Reverend.
Yes, ma'am.
The wizard retrieves a small coin satchel and tucks it in his belt.
100 silver pieces for the exorcism, as promised.
The priest nods. Then he and Rael exit the study.
The unseen servant will tidy most of this up, so you can send your skeletons back to work, Damon.
At once.
And Fredrich.
Yes?
Our games aren't over.
And that is where we'll end the session. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like it, leave a comment, maybe even subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll catch you in the next one. Till then.
That's absolutely fantastic. None of it recorded. I'm super happy about that.
No, she is snooping around my study per usual.
Bah, bah, bah. This is me getting into character. Bah, bah. How do I laugh in a bleep?
Highlighted text is your line. Red text is the tone in which you read it.
Clover excitingly... Ooh.
Oui, I told you it was... No. Oui, I told you it was... Oh my goodness gracious, I can't... Oui, I told you it would when I was very... What is going on here, Virgil?
I heard there are baddies here. Is that, does that mean there are villains? Oh, Lord.
Whistle's high. I can't whistle, Virgil. Ha, ha, whatever.
Shall Schult fetch you some water?
Petunia went to the poultry, politics, and pork store, where she became one of the most beautiful belles to ever glance across the portly blossom.
That literally sounded the same. Sorry, Virgil. What the bro? Sorry. I'm just gonna keep this in. Just deal with it.
I learned I have a vocal tick when doing this, by the way, Virgil. Turns out that every time I'm about to read the line, I click my tongue. Don't know why I'm doing that, but I feel compelled to.
I don't know how to scream. I don't scream on roller coasters.
Zo shucks. Okay, he's a little Zo shucks.
You want to hurt me? No. What's her voice again? You want to hurt me. You want to hurt me. Yoo-hoo.
Alright, one of those is grief-stricken enough.
Truest of dragons, lend me thy strength.
If you need me to change anything, let me know. But I hope you're doing well. Bye.